Welcome back Year 8. This is Mrs. Tung and Miss Allen here. We're going to start off our first practical in food technology. Our theme is Japanese food, so we're going to be making savoury rice with you today. So I'm going to start off with the ingredients that are on the screen. There's also a PowerPoint that goes with this video that's got the ingredients list, and I think it also has step-by-step pictures of how to do this. Obviously I'm using what ingredients I've got in the school cupboard. This recipe adapts to whatever flavours you might prefer and also what you've actually got hanging about at home. So I've got 300 ml of water here. I've got 75 grams of rice. Because this is Japanese themed food, I've got some lemongrass, which is a flavouring, a herb that they traditionally use in Japanese food. I've got some miso paste, which is essentially what's going to give you your umami flavour. Japanese stock, fermented soybeans really, but I'm also, for this lesson, I'm just going to use a standard stock cube. Both of these will give you a different flavour, but it gives you that salty, savoury quality. I've got some chopped onions here, and I've got some soya beans, so let's get started. I'm going to move my camera over to my pan, which is over here. Now my pan is on a medium-high heat and it's got a tablespoon of oil heating up in there already. So I'm going to add my chopped onions and we'll start those cooking straight away. And this is very, very simple. I'm going to add my herbs and spices, and in this case I'm only using lemongrass. So you can add curry powder, you can add other things to this. I've just cut my lemongrass in half, actually just with scissors. You don't eat the lemongrass, it gives you a really lovely lemony sort of aroma. You could maybe get something similar if you use lemon zest. Ginger goes really nicely in this, garlic goes really nicely as well. I'm going to add some vegetables that are frozen, so I've got some frozen sweet corn here. I'm going to pop that in, and I'm going to add some frozen soybeans as well. I'm just going to cook those off a little bit, but this can be used for peas, any sort of frozen vegetables. If you're using fresh vegetables, make sure that you chop them down to be quite small, diced sizes, so everything is bite-sized, small. It's going to be easy to eat, and it's going to sort of combine well with the rice as well. Once that is fried off and browned off a little bit, I'm going to take my stock cube, and ideally you should have some nice warm water. I'm going to take my stock cube and pop it into my warm 300 ml of water in there. I would dissolve it usually, but for demonstration purposes I'm just going to pop it together. The stock cube will dissolve eventually, but it might just take a little bit longer. I'm going to bring that to the boil, which shouldn't take too long. As soon as that has come to the boil, we're just going to add our rice, pop the lid on and leave it for 15 minutes until the rice is tender, and that's it. You can serve. There shouldn't be any liquid left because it all should have been absorbed. The only thing you're going to have to do at the end is to remove things like the lemongrass. If you haven't used that, you're not going to need to worry about that. It's going to be good to go, and that makes a really, really lovely meal. So once that's come to the boil, add in your rice. Really importantly, make sure you pop your lid on and leave it well alone. You shouldn't need to stir it. Turn the heat down to a low heat, and that should be fine. Make sure you've got a responsible adult supervising you. Do not wander off and forget about your hob as well. So make sure you are keeping an eye on it at all times, because you do not want to let anything burn. Okay, so that is just starting to come to the boil now, and I will just leave that. If you can take photographs of what you have managed to do and upload them onto class charts, me and Miss Allen would be really, really thrilled to see what you've managed to do at home and give feedback to you. The recipe is linked to this video. Have a go, and good luck, and hopefully we'll see you soon.